Hey Sean, how you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you? Love you.
I love you too. Listen, here's the thing. One thing I am is I want people to know that I'm not above reproach. I'm not above people critiquing me. I'm not above I'm a Libra, so I like to, balance the things out. But here's the thing what people how people work my nerves with the lies that they tell.
Hmm.
We have to really pay attention to the thing in totality. I sat back, I listened to that guy, Casanova, like really crank this stuff up about a transphobia and me against Netta. And I actually went back myself because when we drinking on that show, I talk a lot of shit. We having a good time. I
Right.
went back and I watched many episodes that had things to do with Netta. And as I went back and I watched those episodes that had stuff to do with Miss Netta, I watched myself tell Craig, even when we were unsure about Netta's pronouns, I watched myself break down how to use they and them in a conversation, even if we were unaware of, people's gender identity. I watched me do that. I
Hmm.
also watched me I laughed like because Craig say some shit that's funny. It is funny. He be going in on Miss Netta, like when he said Netta's lawn and leaf. Our show is live. I can't censor a live. If we were edited, I probably could have cut around a lot of shit. Our
Okay.
show is live. That is Craig and I show. One thing I've learned, even after the whole situation that went down with me and Kaya, which I don't want to get into, and I don't care who feels whatever way, that was learning experiences and learning tools for me. Like, like when, let's make sure that everything is like completely how it's supposed to be done. Which I did the same thing with Kaya. However, I'm not going back into that space, and I really don't give a fuck nothing about that lady.
Hmm.
But in this is our show. This is something that a name I came up with, and this is what me and Craig said that we were going to do together. We monetize off of the show. We have the show on the road. I got a residency here in Atlanta. We make money from the show. We split the money that we make for the YouTube. It streams on Craig's platform. It streams on mine. Okay. So when we have conversations or whatever, and they talking about this shit comes out the blue. Mo sits over there at his desk and they upload the things in real time. Like when we talking about stuff, we use the StreamYard program and they upload it in real time. So I don't do all the subjects that come on the show. Sometimes Craig's put his inputs on the subject. I put my input on the subject, and because Mo is the straight person on the show, Mo puts his. There are pieces of things that Mo put in there. All right,
Hmm.
boom. There have been no multiple times that Netta stuff has come up, and I'm like, girl, I don't want to talk about Netta, girl. I don't want to do this. Like, girl, and then Craig's like, girl, did you see those thoughts? Did you see that? Yes, Craig, I saw it. Yes, this, like, girl, this is the fun that we
Hold on.
have on
Not
that. But
not to cut you off, TS. I'm sorry, but so
okay,
what is your hesitation on talking about Netta? Is there just is there a
well, my
reason?
hesitate. I'm gonna be honest, like, and you probably gonna get some exclusive tea. There was a video that I watched where Netta was talking to another content creator on her, because I follow them on TikTok. I watch them on TikTok. I
Hmm.
watch their stuff. Like, I mean, they're interesting to me. So I mean, I watch them. I watched her have an argument with another content creator, and if you there's a video I have on this orange dress, I think it is, and my hair was a layer to the side. And I remember I said, Craig, I watched the video where she was arguing with this other content creator, and the gentleman, she said, "Well, you've called me ugly. You said this and other." Like she was really running her feelings down. And I said to Craig, I said, Craig, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? This is a newfound fame. I've been in this shit a long time, Sean. A long,
Hmm.
long time. Like, and quiet as this kept, if you really want me, and this might sound narcissistic, and to the person that called me a narcissist in the comment section, here we go. I've been doing this before. So many people, so many black, gay, LGBTQIA creators came into the space. There were girls that were before me, but I came in very loud, very live, very in color. And I was the only one that came in butt naked that commanded the world to look at me. Okay.
Mhm.
And then after that, like the aesthetics of the things for me had changed around. So when I look at this, I was like, oh shit, she's really not built for all of the things that come along with, and I started feeling bad. I was like, damn. When I had the opportunity to speak to her on Fox Soul, when I hosted that day, the producers had asked me. They said, Madison, will you ask her, is she a part of the community? Will you respectfully do it? Will you respectfully ask Netta, is she a part of the community? So when the moment came, they chose me to ask because, of course, I'm a presence for the community. And I said, hey, Miss Netta, what do you identify in the community? Netta said that she does not identify with LGBTQIA. Then after she said that, she said, no, can you ask me that again? I asked Netta the same question again, and she said, no, she's not trans, she's not this. I have not one time said anything that's transphobic towards Netta. I have not called Netta a he, a him. I have not called Netta any. I that morning when we were looking, because it was Netta's birthday on June, I think it was June something. Her cash app is Joe Netta. Her Cash App is Jonetta. That's her
Mhm.
Cash App name. And so I was like, well, I want to send her, something on her, but it's saying Jonetta here. I have not called Netta anything outside of Miss Netta. I have not called Netta anything outside of anything but Miss, she, and her. I have not said any disparaging things about Miss Netta, nothing. Have I laughed at some shit that Craig said about Miss Netta? Yes. Have I tapped Craig on his shoulder and said, Craig, come on, bro. Come on, dog. I don't want to talk about this stuff with Netta. I do not want to do this, girl. Come on.
Mhm.
After I watched that video of her, I empathized with her feelings because this is the face, this is the image, this is the thing that Netta has had to deal with for the entirety of her life. And I've why I and in that video, in that one stance, I was like, damn, because everybody terrorizes Miss Netta on her looks.
Yeah.
My issue, here's my issue. Maybe this where I can possibly take pieces of accountability for some of the things that of the way that it may have came out. As a TS Madison, I've been on this thing a very long time. I've been on the internet since even when I was doing adult films, my shit was going viral on the internet because of the trades that I was doing the movies and shit with way
Right.
back. So being internet famous and being a part of shit that's not new to me. Um, I said to myself, and it did come out loud, and I can take accountability in the moment and say, well, maybe it did sound shady. So all this time, because I don't think that I look when you say I look like a man, Sean, you are a handsome man. Craig looks like a man. Mo looks like a man. My staff of men that are around me, those are men. They look like men. When you say that I look exactly like a man, and Netta looks like a woman, I asked the question, so I look exactly like all of those men that are around me. Now, if you said I look like a trans, whatever, then I'd be like, okay, got it. I get it. But when you say I look exactly like a man and Netta can be a woman and I have to look exactly like a man, I know this stuff comes from places of people who possibly have possibly have issues with me. They possibly don't like me. They don't have or maybe something I've said has rubbed them the wrong way. They don't like how things went with me and Kaya. Whatever it is, whatever notion it is that they have about me, and I think that that's their way of trying to jab me. Like, oh, bitch, you look exactly like a man. First of all, I walk through society every day, all day. I know that I don't look exactly like a man. I'm not. Do I look like a trans woman? Yes. Do I look like a bio woman to some? Yes. But exactly like a man, we're not doing that. So that was my question. The way that it probably rolled off my tongue and in its stance could have been deemed as shady. And it had nothing really to do with Netta. It was so Netta. So you say Netta look like the cunt and I look like the nigga? Okay, got it. And I can take responsibility and say that that's probably why that they have taken this whole scenario and ran with it. There is nothing that Miss Netta has that she has that I'm jealous of. Nothing. I've been rich for a very long time. Sorry that I say that a lot, but it's true.
No,
I've
it's
been rich.
fine.
I've been rich for a very long time. It's that I was rich from doing adult those little 99-cent adult porn movies. I've always been a business savvy person. I've always been a business savvy trans woman. I've always been open about me having titties at the top, dick at the bottom. I've been very open about me being a TS. I've been very open about me being transsexual. I'm very private when it comes to my personal life. Like nobody knows who I'm dating. Nobody knows that I have. I'm not jealous of anything that any other content creator has. I have laid the foundation down in the internet space, whether they want to give me my credit for it or not. In the internet space, if you take the time and research in the internet space, I have laid the foundation down for these people to go through. All the names that all these other people call out, ask any of those names who has been their inspiration on how to maneuver through the cyber streets. They will tell you it's tea. That comes from Laverne Cox's mouth. That comes from Janet Mock's mouth. That comes from all the girls' mouths who have pioneered a way for me to cross over into mainstream media. So
Mhm.
they can't sit here and take away what they like to do is try to sit away and take away or diminish my presence because they don't like me and they feel that my arrogance, they feel that that's a part of my arrogance because I say, um, let's really count back and dial back and see how who actually put the shit on the map. Let's do it. You know. So my thing is when we sit back and we look at this stuff, I give G's. I told people I wouldn't know how to do YouTube if it wasn't for Diamond Styles. I told people that I wouldn't know how to do things if it wasn't for Funky Dineva. Like these people were in spaces before me. But as a transgender woman, let's talk about how the torch has been taken. Ask yourself, what black transgender woman that you know right now that has had a better or a bigger crossing over from the infamous background that she has into mainstream media? Who is a
I,
porno? Who has been
I,
deemed a porno star? Who has been deemed a porn this and this because that's the only thing that they love to bring up and has turned her entire career around. I've executive produced my own television show. I've executive produced two of my own talk shows. I've been in mainstream movies with A-listers. I've worked with Beyonce several times, if to be exact. Don't let Cozy fool you. But worked with Beyonce. I've worked with coming up Tyler Perry, all the things like this stuff, and I am the same bitch that is deemed a porno star, porn this, all the stuff that they love to attach to my name, which is fine because I don't shy away from my past. If we
yeah,
want to talk about the truths here, the truth is there. I am one of one. I am one of one, which when it came down to how they tried to keep me out because the same things that they tried to do to keep me out of mainstream media. They talked about my adult film, my adult this, my adult that. It's the same thing that I walk when I sit on major platforms. I sit on daytime television. I sit on nighttime fucking television. I sit on podcasts. And I'm always championing things for the black community and my black transgender community. So of course, when things rile up. They like to rake me over the coals just because of the positions and the things that I hold. So at the end of the day, Google would be their friend. Google will tell you. If you type in TS space Madison in Google right now, it'll run my resume down from adult films all the way to what's going on now. So yes, when we talk about pioneers and all this stuff, I stand on the shoulders of the pioneers that pioneered it before me. However, I occupy mainstream media spaces, and those are facts. Those are
yeah.
facts. That's not something that's made up. That is factual. I have so many mainstream media ties and my hands in stuff that has yet to debut because there are things that I've done that have not aired yet. There are things that are coming up that has not aired yet. There's stuff that I've produced that have not aired yet. There are people that I've worked with that have not aired yet. Things that I've done and doing. I don't have to. I don't. My resume toots its own horn. And so with all of that, like when people be getting this comment talking about I'm jealous, sweetheart, those people have such a long way to go to even touch the hem of the things that I've already done or am doing right now. Just because you get a like, a share, a world star, or this and the other, I see the girls coming. But if there was anybody that was going to was going to walk in my shoes, they would have already walked it. I've been doing this. I've lived in this old house for 17 years. I remember me coming to the door saying, "Come on in, bigdickbitch.com." That was 17 years ago. And I am still one of the most sought after black transgender woman bitch in mainstream media. So I'm not worried about that. My thing is, I was angry at the fact that they tried to paint me out to a picture to be a transphobe against someone who does not even identify as trans. Two, a person that I have never said any transphobic things against. Three, who I have sat there and I've tried to break down pronouns and all types of stuff, you know, to try to educate people on this person's identity. So at the end of the day, I ate it. And did I like the stuff that was going on or whatever? No. Did they, because Craig is not the biggest star, so it's attached to me. And they said, well, T.S. Madison is your platform. It's our show. It's our show. This is not a show that Fag Talk is not a Fag Talk without Craig. Fag Talk is not Fag Talk without Craig. That is our show. And what people fail to realize is when I want to cuss a motherfucking hoe out, I don't need nobody else to be my mouthpiece for me. When I don't like a bitch, I eats a bitch up. When I come back, when I get off of 4th of July, I'm gonna snatch the rest of the edges off of Tasha K's nappy neck ass when I read that motherfucking dirty back ass bitch for the videos that she sits back and she constantly like. I don't need nobody to do that for motherfucking me. I don't need nobody to do that for me.
Yeah. So
The
how
bitch.
do you feel about that? By her saying that
Well, because
you
she's a
put a
liar.
batter in his back.
She's a liar. She's sensation. That bitch was. If it wasn't for me teaching that hoe how to do live shows, she called me to get my information for Craig so that Craig can help her get her first live show together. That bitch could suck my dick from the back, bitch, with shit on it. Fuck her and those motherfucking retarded ass kids that bitch got. And I
Oh
I don't need damn
no! Yes, girl.
damn bitch to tell. I don't need no other person to motherfucking use my mouthpiece to say anything that I want to say about anybody. Nobody. I don't need nobody. And if anybody don't like me for that, fuck you. I don't need you to like me. Fuck you. I'm not explaining myself to none other motherfucking pussy asshole about what I want to say and how I want to say. I don't want to talk about Netta and Charles anymore because I've never wanted to talk about Netta and motherfucking Charles. I
Yeah.
never did.
So when you said that earlier, that when that there were people saying that people were clocking Netta at, well, people were clocking you but weren't
Mhm.
clocking Netta, you weren't saying that in a malicious way. You were just saying
No, I
like,
was
and I,
not. I was not
yeah,
saying that in a malicious way. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I'm like, damn, at least y'all can say I look like a trainee. Damn. Y'all ain't said I look like a trainee. Y'all said I look exact. Sean, you are a handsome man. I don't look like you.
No, you don't. Not at all.
There's men that are in this avatars in the back. I don't look like any of those men.
Yeah.
Damn. So that's the shit I'm saying. Like, so this is what men look like. Oh, okay. There you go. Who said this is cringe? Oh well. Y'all know I don't give a fuck about what the fuck I say, bitch. Y'all know I don't give a fuck about my mouth not gonna be censored. And I don't come for women. I only come for a bitch that ring my door. You
Yeah.
ring my doorbell, bitch, I'm gonna answer. I'm going for you, your kids, your mama, bitch, dead or alive, your motherfucker, whatever hurts you, bitch, I'm going for it. forth. You don't have no love lost for me. So how am I as a black trans woman, bitch? I'm expendable. You can say everything that you want to say at any cost to me, and I'm not gonna come gut punch you and gut punch your motherfucking kids, bitch. Bitch, I'm from Dade County. My mouth has always been motherfucking vicious, bitch. Dade. Me and Kaya sat next to each other, and then she red and roast. But if you go back and if the whole really tell the motherfucking truth, that bitch will tell you that bitch mouth is way more vicious than mine.
Kaya's?
Anyway, yeah. That bitch will
Agreed.
tell
Agreed.
you. That bitch used to always say that shit. That bitch used to say, bitch, they think I'm the villain, bitch. You the real villain. I'm like, well, I mean, you just feel these ways about people. I read who I feel like that I want to read.
Hmm. Absolutely.
You said that's very okay, bitch. So what is masculine? I'm a nigga and a bitch at the same time. What you talking about, Talia? I ain't never ever denied that I'm two bitches, them two motherfuckers at one time. That's y'all problem.
So with you and Netta, because Netta don't have no smoke for you, right?
No Netta gonna got no smoke for me.
Yeah.
No.
So are you disappointed that it turned out like this between like the social media making it?
I think that everybody has been trying to capitalize off it and be sensational and sensationalize it to make money off of the situations and stuff like that, and that's fine. Um, but I'm gonna make my money too. Why everybody else can sit around here and make money off my name, bitch, and I can't?
Yeah, no, I agree. And so why are you gonna stop talking about Netta and them then
Well,
TS girl?
because the reason why I'm going to stop talking about Netta is because of because the trans stuff. Like I'm a very big person that advocates for trans issues. And because, I don't want this picture painted out about me, especially when it comes down, because it defeats the cause. It defeats the purpose. It defeats the thing, the mission that I'm on when it comes down to me and my community. It defeats that.
Yeah.
And so because it defeats that, I'm like, listen, I don't want that to overshadow really the cause of what I'm really fighting for the girls. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go around that. I'm gonna go around that. Now, if Netta came forth and she really wanted to get into it, and she really wanted to draw a line in the line of scrimmage, Netta not built for me. She not
Netta,
built for me.
stand
It's a lot.
down. Stand
Netta
down,
not
Netta,
built for
stand
me.
down.
She not. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't have no smoke for Netta, but you get what I'm saying? I told Netta, I wrote Netta in TikTok and said, I don't have no smoke for you. I don't have no smoke for you. She responded, she said she don't have no smoke for me either. But if the people put jumper cables in their Netta bag, you know what I'm saying? And she go back and look at all those times that I have really been, respectful to her, all that shit'll go out the motherfucking window. But she don't got no pressure with me, and I don't have no pressure. The bitches I got pressure for, I name them by names. I don't hide behind a motherfucker to tell to make it, seem like that I need. I don't need. Craig can't read like me.
Yeah, he can read, but not like
Craig is
you.
not
Agreed.
skilled in that. Bitch, Craig not skilled like me to read. Bitch, I'm from the sidewalk. Bitch, I've read niggas, fault niggas, motherfucker. I'm from the sidewalk. And
I'm not the sidewalk.
when people talk about I don't have that same energy for niggas, you better check my resume. I done wore Corey Holcomb, DL Hughley. I gets in the ring with all of them because bitch, I have a Florida mouth. And I'm with all the shits. And so my thing is, hoes talk about, well, at least Netta got a man. How y'all know I don't got no man? How y'all know?